Action.
Yeah. Action. We gotta fix that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. It crushed down, it collapsed down on this side on me, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I guess now. Boy, that sounds terrible to say that, but that's what it was. I think I had too much loaded in, and I was moving some material up here, and it came out of the bed uneven and like this and crushed down on this side. And then I kind of just milked it, I guess. I just kind of was like, I'll get to it, and I didn't get to it and couldn't get to it and kind of needed it here and there, and I used it a time or two and just tried to be real careful with it, and then it eventually just broke through because it was kind of crushed. So now I got to cut out the bent and broken and rebuild it, box it in, and weld the hinge back into position, and get that part fixed so that the bed's functioning correctly. Look around on the other side, and I'll show you the other side.
And that one looks good or not good?
Well, this one. So right after I got the truck, I was on a contract where I was moving I think I moved 200 truckloads.
Oh, that one.
Dude's backyard, and
oh yeah,
like 3 blocks up the road and dump it out.
You had to build like a mountain.
And it did the same thing on that one, but it was on this side. So you can see I've already rebuilt this side. You can kind of see my welds in there along up here, that weld line that comes down here.
What about those gaps, like 1, 2, 3,
so that's
4?
Where it was welded, and I cut out, and then we put in. So
oh, okay.
It's the way that this piece is shaped, it's like a Z. It's just a folded piece of flat steel. So it comes up here, it's welded, it goes that way just a little bit, comes straight down to the bottom, and then goes that way, and then just curls. So it's just like a flange, almost like a Z purlin on a building or something. It's just
oh yeah, it does look like that.
And so it's not terribly strong in that regard, but so when I did this side, I took it clear up to here where it was bent, and this is all fully boxed, so it should never happen again now. So that's like channel iron up at the top, and then fully boxed tubing down here, so it's all a fully boxed frame piece here. So I kind of just need to do the same thing on repeat for that side and get it straightened out.
Yeah, you did this years ago though, because I remember that contract.
Yeah, it was right after I got the truck.
Yeah,
it was the first bit of doing that I was doing, and it was digging out all that dirt and moving it around for getting rid of it so that he could get a back patio. His backyard went uphill, and he wanted to cut back for a back porch and stuff, and so we had to get a lot of dirt moved out of there. So
yeah,
anyway, that's the project.
I want you to explain why you're doing
this is a priority.
Yeah, now why this has become the priority and first on the list. Yes.
Yeah, because we need to get the pig building up, and it needs concrete poured, and the concrete needs gravel because we've got clay-based dirt up here. Even though it's dry, if we don't have a good layer of gravel underneath the concrete's going to heave and move over in winter time and stuff. So we need some good clean gravel brought up, and gravel costs me twice as much to have it delivered as it does for me to go pick it up. So, and I just go, well, that's not worth it. I need to get my truck fixed so that I have means. I need to have it right so that I can do it.
Well, also we need that road fixed.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, sorry, honey.
You're fine. Just kidding. Yeah, so then also from there, coming down to the shop, we haven't put any aggregate on that road. I put a little that I was able to scrape up from the old road space and put a little on there. But then this winter, when it was just running, we couldn't even walk up the road because the mud was so bad. I mean, you'd take 2 steps and you'd slide and you'd fall, and it was bad. So we ended up having to scrape the road. I think I cut 8 or 9 inches off the
Yeah.
surface of the road and pushed it right off the hill just to get rid of the soup so we could get down to something semi-dry to get up and down it. And I since kind of put more dirt back on top of it, build it back up a little bit, but we need to get some good aggregate on there and good base layer in there so that we've got a solid road. We cut that road a couple of years ago and we've just never put any base or any aggregate on it, so we need that done so that we can get up and down there this winter, since we're putting all the investment. And we had kind of waited on it because we weren't sure that we were going to keep the animals up there. We were thinking we were going to have them down lower, so then we were like, well, we don't want to put a ton of money into aggregate right now, but now this is definitely going to be the move. So we got to get some rock on there too and get that road. So we need this truck functioning so that we can get rock before snow.
Is this going to be done in 20 minutes?
No. I think when I did this side, it took me 2 days just to like get everything fixed and do it right and get everything reconnected. You can see there's like some air lines and wires that go through there and they go through on the other side. And so I got to be careful that I pull all that stuff out of there so we don't melt hoses or wires when I'm welding and stuff. So yeah, take a little bit of doing, but it shouldn't be too bad. A couple days maybe. And I just happen to have today and tomorrow available, and that's about it. So we'll do what we can.
Yep.
Hopefully we can get it done today and tomorrow. If not, we'll put a pin in it till we get the other contract done and then come back to it.
Yeah.
So that's what we got to do.
I was weeding the garden and then Mark all of a sudden brings down his excavator. And then I was coming down to the shop and I guess this is what we're doing. What are we doing? You got your peanut butter and
life.
what is it? Your peanut butter and blowtorch?
Yep.
He says he had to get the bed in position. Oh, he disappeared. Oh, there he is. I'm glad you're wearing color red so I can see where you are.
Yeah.
Is this gonna try to break the glass at all?
No, don't talk like that.
I'm just saying.
Why are you always trying to jinx me?
I'm not trying to jinx you. Just don't break the glass.
Well, now, well, that's gonna help. That's gonna keep the glass safe. Thanks for saying that.
Yeah, no problem. Honey, I am here for you.
It's a lot easier if I have a helper instead of a cameraman.
All right.
But
I don't know what you're doing. I would help you if I knew what you're doing.
more fun, right?
The cameraman is way more fun, especially when I'm a speculator.
Spectator.
Oh, spectator.
You speculate all you want, too.
I'll speculate that too.
All right.
So what's the goal here? To lift this or what?
Yeah, get it into position. I gotta lift it up, move it over,
6 inches.
Oh. All right, I'm gonna go change my camera direction. Oh my God. Oh, you're just lifting it up?
Just trying to get it so that I can get it over.
Oh.
Like bent over and then you get it with the strap.
Okay. Oh, this looks like it's heavy. Oh, Mark! I'm scared. Oh. No. Oh my God, I can't. Closer. Okay. We're getting closer, Mark says. But boy, it looks scary, like the truck is gonna tip over. Like the bed. Ugh. Yikes. Oh.
Okay, close enough for now. You can see how much. So this should be pretty well straight with that. Yeah, it's basically there. Come around the other side and you can see.
Oh my gosh, I thought you were gonna drop the dump bed right on the ground.
Tip the whole,
Just tip the whole dang thing.
roll it down the hill.
The mountain,
Yeah,
yes.
and
I just had the worst.
Just insurance claim it, right? See,
No.
that's pretty straight.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right there. So now you can kind of see the difference of how much crush Look over here. When you see across, you can see the gap over there. That's a nice triangle on the other side.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And how much from here it goes up. So all that's crush. So I gotta cut all that out back to where the crush stops, to about here. Cut all that off and then box build it.
Okay.
From there. And then we're good to go.
Okay, we're just good to go. Gosh.
What? That's what it takes.
I was like,
get shit moved.
I just was
Okay, what I need.
I was like just so worried. Holy cow.
Well, you don't have to worry about it tipping over until the wheels come off the ground and things are trying to, go that.
I know, but I know you have this mostly disconnected, don't you? For it to move and slide.
No, just the part that's broken. It's still connected on that side. It's still connected on the front.
I'm just an anxious Nelly.
I know. It's all good.
Yeah. It's just
It's
what
all
I
good. It's just
what I do. I just worry. Baseline for me.
baseline, huh?
Yep.
Well, somebody's got to do it, I guess.
Yep, somebody.
Okay, I've got this kind of positioned in place here. And from the inside of that bend to the bottom is 7 inches, but from where it actually mounts to the body, 7.5. And it's 3 inches across the cross section underneath here. So I need 7.5 inch by 3 inch. And I was like, how did I do that before? And if you look in there, you can see on the other side, I have a 3 inch by 6 inch rectangular tubing with a 3 inch by 1.5 inch channel iron to build up to a total of 7.5 inches height. And I welded the channel iron against the body and welded the box tubing to the channel iron. And that worked out real good there. I don't have anything here that's anywhere close to that. The biggest or closest thing I have is a chunk of angle iron over there that's 5 inch by 3 inch. And that's not going to cut it without doing a lot of extra. So I think before I cut this out, I'm going to make a run to the salvage yard and see what I can find. If all I can get is something like that 5 inch by 3 inch, then I'm going to have to either cut this lower or I'm going to have to cut it out and build up the 5 inch and do some different things to try to build. Like I basically have to get another piece like it, if that's all I can do, and build it into a box and then try to make up another 2.5 inches above it that's 3 inches wide, which might be more complex than it's worth. So it's one of those things where it's worth it to go into the salvage yard and see just what they have. If I can find some 6 inch, maybe I can find some 8 inch by 3 inch or something like that in angle iron. Maybe I can find some 8 inch box tubing. And if I could find that, I could probably cut off a 1/2 inch of one side and weld that up there. So it's 7.5 by 3. I don't know. So before I go cutting this all out, I think I better make a run in and see what materials I can find that's good for what I need. And make sure my cuts are appropriate for the materials. So I think that's my next move. We're gonna put a pin in cutting and welding for now while we go in and source some materials and make sure we have just kind of have the right kind of thing to make this work and without making a complicated fabrication for me.